Hello, welcome to this warm-up, wake-up stretch video, perfect for before you work out or before your yoga class. Even though almost every single yoga class has a warm-up sequence, sometimes it's just not enough. Sometimes we're feeling extra stiff, and we definitely want to make sure we are well stretched before we engage in any physical activity. Also, if you are just feeling really tight this morning or whenever, and you want a quick, gentle stretch to start your day, this is perfect for you also. So let's begin seated in a comfortable position on your mat. If you have blocks or a strap handy, now is the perfect time to go grab that. If you don't have blocks, a large book can work, or one of your kids' toys that might work. Also, or if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf, or the belt to a bathrobe works really well. So let's begin seated, grounded on our mats. Feel your sits bones underneath you. Close your eyes here just for a minute and get centered. Long spine. Shoulders are back and down away from your ears. Crown of your head lifted towards the ceiling. And let's take 2 deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose, really being mindful of filling your lungs, your chest and belly expanding on the inhale, and emptying completely through the nose on the exhale. One more breath. In and out. And you can flutter your eyes open. We'll begin with our wrists. I find that almost always our wrists are neglected or forgotten about, and they do a lot of work for us, so we should pay attention to them. So bring your hands into just a light fist, and we're just gonna roll our wrists in one direction here, just a few times, and then we'll switch the direction. Mine are a little snap, crackle, and pop over here. And you can shake them out. Now let's extend our right hand or right arm, fingers of your right hand pointed towards the ceiling, and just pull back on them a little bit with your left hand. Feel that nice stretch in your wrist, and switch directions. Fingers pointed down, you can pull your fingers back and down and shake it out. Same thing the other side. Left arm extended, fingers pointed towards the ceiling, and pull back on them with your right hand. You notice how tight you are when you do these stretches, and switch directions. Really good to do, especially if you are working at a desk. And shake it out. We'll do some neck rolls. So let's inhale in the center, long spine. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, down and around, halfway neck roll. Inhale to the left side. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, right. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, left. Exhale, down and around, up to the right. Let's do 2 more at your own pace. I think I'm doing an extra one. Feel free to do an extra one. Okay, great. And we'll come on to our hands and knees. Hips over your knees and shoulders over your wrists here in this position. We're gonna do some cat-cow stretches. So on the inhale, drop your belly, Lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, push the mat away from you, arch your back, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, drop the belly, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, drop that tailbone, arch your back. Inhale, we'll do 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come to a neutral spine. Bring your knees wide towards the edges of your mat, feet closer together. Bring your seat back and reach your arms forward, coming into child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. Really reach forward. And let's take a few deep breaths here, really feeling your ribs expand. Being mindful of your tailbone reaching towards your mat, the crown of your head reaching towards the top of your mat, getting that long spine again here. And lift your forehead up, walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, reach forward. And bring your forehead back down. You'll feel this in your side body, your right side body. And lift your forehead up. Walk your hands over to the left side. And bring your forehead down. You'll feel this on your left side. Did I say left or right? Anyway, your hands are to the right, you'll feel it on your left. Forehead to your mat. Again, really feel those ribs expand on the inhale. And come back to center. Walk your hands back. Knees together, come back to a neutral spine. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Left knee stays bent. You can actually extend your left leg further down your mat. Grab your blocks if you have them handy. You don't need blocks here. If you're especially tight, you might want blocks. So let's heel toe your right foot over towards the edge of your mat. Bring your blocks on the inside of your right foot and bring your forearms down to your blocks. And now when you get here, you might feel like you want to even further extend your left leg down the mat. That's perfectly fine. Obviously, you're going to be feeling this in your hips. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. You can bring your forearms down to your mat if that is comfortable for you this morning. And bring yourself back up. Set your blocks aside. Bring your hands down to your mat. Bring your right knee back to your mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale, lift and push back into downward facing dog. You can walk your feet out here. This is gonna feel really good in the backs of your legs. Warming everything up, keeping everything moving. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. 1. 2. 2, look forward, step your left foot forward in between your feet. Right knee comes to your mat. Shoelace side of your foot is on your mat. Again, grab your blocks. Heel toe your left foot towards the edge of your mat. Both blocks come to the inside of your left foot. Bring your forearms to your blocks. Again, when you get here, you can adjust whatever is working for you this morning. And you can bring your forearms down to your mat. This is just a gentle way of doing this pose that I like. No pressure. We're not pushing ourselves. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. And bring yourself back up, set your blocks aside. Left knee comes back to a neutral position. Let's bring ourselves back into child's pose one more time. Knees wide. Bring your seat back. Reach your arms forward and forehead to the mat. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. One. 2. 3. And you can lift your forehead, walk your hands back. Let's come into a seated position. Going to keep your left leg bent and bring your right foot outside your left knee. Hug your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, gaze over your right shoulder. Hug your knee in towards your chest. And breathe here. We'll do 3 breaths. 1. 2. 3. You can release and we'll switch sides. Bend your right knee, left foot outside of your right knee. Inhale, long spine, hug that knee in. Exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. And if just sitting here and hugging your knee in is giving you what you need, then absolutely stay there. Again, we are not pushing ourselves here. All right, and we can release. We'll just come back to a comfortable seated position again. Let's bring our arms out to the sides in cactus arms and bring them in closer together. Bring your right elbow right in the crease of your left elbow and wrap your arms around till your palms meet. Shoulders back and down away from your ears. You can close your eyes here. Now on the inhale, lift your elbows. Still being mindful that your shoulders are back and down. You're going to feel this shoulder stretch. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. 1. 2. Gently and slowly release your arms. Bring them back out to the side. And let's switch the cross. So left elbow in the crease of your right. Wrap your forearms around till your palms meet, or your palms and your fingers meet. And on the inhale, lift your elbows. And you can go further back with this into like a little baby back bend if you're feeling it this morning. Otherwise, just give a slight lift to your elbows And breathe here. Let's do 2 more breaths. 1. 2. Again, gently unwrap your arms and release. We're going to come onto our backs, and you'll need your strap or your scarf. I am going to turn myself so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So come onto your back. Keep your left leg bent. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Shine the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Get your strap and wrap it around the ball of your foot. You can hold both ends of the strap with one hand, or you can do both hands. And let's just hang here for a second and feel that stretch before we go over to the side. So let's inhale, drop your right leg over to the right on the exhale. However far you want to go this morning is however far you are supposed to. So don't push yourself before your workout. And bring your leg back up to center. Gently release your right foot back to the ground. Keep your right knee bent. And we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So wrap your strap around your left foot. Shine the sole of your foot towards the ceiling. And we'll just hang here for a couple seconds before going over to the left side. Inhale, exhale, drop that leg. Control the drop over to the left side. We're trying to keep our pelvis stable while we do this. So we'll stay here for a couple more breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. And you can bring your left leg back up to center and gently release. Now roll over to one side. Actually, you don't need to roll over to one side. You can stay on your back. That was just for me. So stay on your back, on your mat, knees bent, and then bring both feet shining towards the ceiling, keeping your knees bent. We're coming into happy baby here. So you can grab the outside of your feet, your ankles or your shin, and just rock back and forth. And hug your knees in. You can rock back and forth here too. And bring your hands to your knees and bring them around in little circles here. Just for your lower back. Feels really nice. And switch direction. And actually, I did want to do one more exercise with you or stretch with you that does require you to come up off of your back. So let's come back up onto your knees. Now in this position, I'll turn so you can see. Keep your toes tucked under and come back to sit on your heels. So you're really gonna feel this stretch in your toes and your feet. It can be really difficult to hold this position for an extended period of time, but it is so good for your feet. It's good for your circulation. Our feet do so many things for us. And like our wrists, they are forgotten about a lot of the time. So you could just close your eyes here and focus. You could think about lightly engaging your lower abdominals, that long spine that we've been reaching for this whole time, shoulders back and down, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Let's do one deep breath here. In through the nose, you can exhale through the mouth. And come onto your hands. You can tap out your feet. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the stretching with me this morning, and I hope you enjoy your workout or the rest of your day.